So today we're going to talk about 808 Studio 2, which is an update for, well, 808 Studio 1, obviously. I actually already owned the original version of 808 Studio, but very recently, so last week or so, I got an email saying that I could update. I updated, and, well, spoiler alert, I was pretty impressed. So let's just take a look at it.
Supercy.
So the updated version of 808 Studio, so 808 Studio 2, that's what we're going to talk about today. By the way, for anyone who is interested, I will leave a link in the description, which will take you directly to the download page. Good news for anyone who already owns 808 Studio, the original version. You probably already know this, but you can update to the new version for free. So that was a very nice surprise to me. I immediately downloaded it, started playing around with it, came up with some new things, of course. This track is just an example of what I came up with. So let's take a listen. Okay, now let's solo the 808. So as you can hear, a very nice sounding 808 in my opinion. But how do you create an 808 like that, or any other 808 for that matter? Well, let's take a look at the interface. Now first let me show you, this is what the original 808 Studio looks like. And now let's take a look at 808 Studio 2. Now as you can see, quite a bit has changed. Okay, let's start on the left. Here you can see all the presets. Now presets are organized in banks. You can create your own banks, you can create your own presets. This is a list of all the presets within the factory bank, so all the presets that come pre-installed. But yeah, you can create your own presets as well. Now, one of the most eye-catching new features is the sequencer. So if you use this drop-down menu, it will unveil. It will unveil the sequencer. It's a step sequencer. It also comes with a few presets, which you can use, but of course, again, you can also save your own presets. Now here we have the sampler. Now the sampler comes with a few pre-installed samples which you can use, but also you can drag in your own sample from your computer and use that. And then you can edit the samples with the drive knob, the gain knob, and the pitch knob, and of course with all the global effects that this plugin comes with. Now just below the sampler we have two oscillators. Now if you click on the waveform, you can see that there are actually quite a few waveforms to choose from. And then you can change the octave, you can adjust the gain. And then just to the right of that you have a filter, which is, if I'm not mistaken, is dedicated to these oscillators. Now just above that filter we have a sub oscillator, just to give it all a bit more oomph. Is that the word? Well, anyway, you know what a sub-oscillator is for those really nice low frequencies, you know? Now down here we have some envelopes and some LFOs. Now first of all we have a master envelope, which obviously will affect the entire sound. And then we have some mod envelopes and some LFOs, so you can really go crazy when it comes to adding some movement to your 808. Now here we have the global effects. So we have a distortion, overdrive distortion, we have a compressor, we have an EQ, chorus, and a filter. Now you can engage and disengage all the individual effects independently. You can change the order by using these arrows here. Yeah, unleash your creativity. There's a lot you can do with this. Now here on the far right we have a master gain, then we have a knob for the velocity, so if it's engaged it will level out the volume completely, if it's disengaged not. We have a portamento time knob, we have a pitch bend range, then below that we have some slide options, and finally at the bottom we have some side chaining options for the sampler. So that is the entire interface of 808 Studio 2. So what do I think of this plugin? Well, I kinda already gave it away at the beginning, didn't I? Yeah, I'm genuinely impressed. Now, if you want to be picky, I could say that some of these knobs aren't very subtle when it comes to operating them, especially with your mouse, which I do all the time. But again, that's really being picky. Other than that, to be honest, there really isn't that much that I really could point out as being negative. You know, there isn't that much that I really don't like about this plugin. Now, one thing I really do like about this plugin, and that's probably also the reason why I find myself grabbing this more and more often over other bass and 808 plugins, especially if I want to create something quickly, is the layout of the interface. You know, and I know this is something personal. Some may like other plugins better, but to me, this just makes sense. You know, it's just laid out very logically. You know, and even if you've never seen it before, you can immediately recognize what is what, you know exactly what knobs to turn if you want to get the result you want, and I really like that. You know, and I already thought so about the original 808 Studio, but with this version it might even have become a bit better in that regard. Now overall, I think Initial Audio did a very good job upgrading this plugin. They added some really nice features. It's very versatile, so yeah. Definitely thumbs up to 808 Studio 2. Now go check it out for yourself. If you're interested, again, there is a link in the description. Let me know what you think. And that's all for today. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you in the next video.